Hey friends, okay, so today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how my husband had a deeper conversion. And this prayer actually, it doesn't only work for husbands, it works for wives, it works for children. If you have children who are away from the faith and you want them to come back, it works for them too. This prayer is amazing, and I know that it's amazing because Mary kind of revealed that this is why my husband's conversion happened, like a deeper conversion. So a little bit about my story of my husband and his conversion. So my husband has always been pretty Catholic. Like, he was brought up Catholic, he went to Notre Dame and loved theology, went to school for philosophy, he really enjoyed Catholicism. But I would say that I was the spiritual head of the family, if that makes sense. Like, I was the one who suggested that, you know, we do family prayer, and he was okay with that, but it's something that I had to bring up. And also I wanted to pray the family rosary, and he was not ready for that or anything a while ago. So that took time, and so there were kind of limits, and I would say that he was not the spiritual head of our family. I wanted him to be, but ironically, I never even prayed that he would be. Like, I was just thankful he was Catholic and that he allowed me to be like in my faith, and he didn't give me a hard time about it. And he was, like I said, he was a practicing Catholic. Like, every Sunday he went to church. But there wasn't much beyond that. This prayer has been amazing, and it's one of the things that, like, Mary kind of promises. So this is the prayer. It's called the Total Consecration to Mary. This prayer, it's actually like a mini retreat. It's like a 33 days of a mini retreat, and it is super easy to read through. You get to learn a lot about the saints. You get to learn more about Mother Mary and why we honor her so much and love her so much. This book is amazing, but one of the things that I didn't realize, and I should have like put two and two together, but pretty much I did this consecration. And so the first time that I actually did this since we were married, when I was younger, I did the Total Consecration to St. Louis de Montfort. This one is different. This one's a little bit easier to understand and to follow. It's just a couple pages a day. It has really interesting stories, all of that. I would say it's not as hardcore as the St. Louis de Montfort one, but it's still packed with amazing information and like truly helps you to understand our relationship with Mary better. So anyway, one of the things they talk about in this book is you give Mary everything. You give her all your prayers. So pretty much if you pray the rosary, she gets to like pretty much do all the intentions. Like, she gets to decide who around the world needs prayers most at that moment. And so she's taking all of our prayers. Once we consecrate ourselves to Mary, she takes all of her prayers and she gives them to where they are most needed, which is awesome. But you're like, wait, I want to pray the rosary for my intentions, right? Like, that's kind of one of the things. And so one of the things that they say is going to happen is she's going to pray for things on a much deeper level in our lives than we could even fathom. So for example, I didn't know to pray for my husband's conversion. I was just so happy he was Catholic. But Mary knew that it would be better for my husband to be the spiritual head of our family. And so I didn't even realize that that is what happened. So pretty much I finished the consecration in the year 2019, so right before COVID happened. And I don't know if you remember, like if you were watching Catholic news or anything, but pretty much what happened was I finished the consecration. I sent my husband this kind of random video of Dr. Taylor Marshall. He's another YouTuber, great. He has really great insight, but pretty much I never watched a lot of Dr. Taylor Marshall, but just one popped up, and it was about, at the Vatican, somebody brought an Amazon god to the Vatican called Pachamama. And so Dr. Taylor Marshall had so many episodes about what was going on, because that is a huge no-no. Like, worshiping other gods besides God alone is like not okay ever. And so I sent my husband a video on Dr. Taylor Marshall, not thinking much of it. I was just like, okay. So he ended up watching it, and he started binge watching Dr. Taylor Marshall. And I didn't know that. For about a month, he had been like binge watching, because he has like a long commute to work. And so he would just like listen to it on his iPad, like his podcasts and stuff. And he like changed. Like there was something inside of him that completely changed. And I am very thankful for Dr. Taylor Marshall. Like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of his videos, but my husband totally connected with him, and like he wanted to be the spiritual leader of our family. And we started praying the daily rosary. He has just been a lot more gentler with me and the kids. Like he went deeper in a way I can't even fathom. And I was dumbfounded. I was like, finally I was like, what's going on? Like you're so interested in the Catholic faith. And before I even met my husband, he didn't know how to pray the rosary. He didn't know about the Divine Mercy Chaplet or anything like that. And so he had to like learn how to pray the rosary. And I think Dr. Taylor Marshall even said like, everybody should be praying the rosary every day type of thing. And so he like started praying the daily rosary, and he started going to mass, you know, near his work, like on a break. And I'm like, who is this guy? This is amazing. Like, and so he pretty much told me like, you know, that one video you sent me like a month ago on Dr. Taylor Marshall? Well, I have been binge watching or listening to his podcast, and I am learning so much. And I was just like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. And then Mary revealed to my heart that it was through this consecration that he was converted. And I could cry, but it's so amazing, because like I said, it's something that I didn't even think to pray for my husband. I was just so thankful he let me be Catholic, and he was a normal guy, and you know, all the things. And Mary knew though, she knew that he needed to be the head of this household and to take care of us spiritually. And so I truly believe that this consecration, so pretty much what it is you're going through and you're learning about Mother Mary, and you're learning about the different saints who loved Mother Mary and their stories. And there are parts where you're like, ooh, that seems like a bit much. But I promise if you keep reading, it makes sense. Like it all really does make sense. And it's pretty much you're giving yourself to Mary. And just like you would to your mother, right? Like my son, he was in like, my husband's car broke down the other day, and the car I guess was like really jumpy and stuff, and it scared my youngest son, who's 8 years old. And he said he just really wanted mom at that time so that I could comfort him, and like, you know, he's so snuggly, but like he just wanted to be with his mom and to snuggle me. And that is exactly what it is. She is our spiritual mother. Mother Mary is. And we don't worship her. That would be a sin. But we do honor her, because of her yes to God, we are able to get to heaven. Like, she is amazing. She truly is. And people say all the time, yeah, if it wasn't Mary, it'd be somebody else. No, 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 no. She was specifically picked for this mission, and she could have said no, but she said yes to God in everything in her life, just as we are called to say yes to God. Anyway, the point is that Mary wants nothing more than for us to love her son. And so that's what this book is about. Like, it's really about like how amazing Mother Mary is, but how she wants you to love her son, like nothing more. Like she just wants to like take your hand and lead you to her son, right? And I know that people are gonna say, well, there's no other medium between, you know, God and Jesus. And that's not what it is. Mary is like, I'm a mother, right? And I bring my children to Jesus. Like, I teach them about Jesus. I teach them, you know, who Jesus is, how we should act. I read the Bible, all those things. Mary does that on such a deeper level. And not only that, but there is no way that you could love Mary more than Jesus does. Like, that's not a thing. Like, Jesus loves his mother. Like, she is the queen of heaven and earth, and all the angels. She was very intentionally picked for her mission, and because of her mission, like, we get to go to heaven. Like, there's nothing wrong with honoring her. And that's what, like, the book gets into that so much more in a much better, easier way than I'm describing it. So this is the book. I'll put the link down below, but I found this at the Catholic church. There's an adoration chapel, and this is the same thing, only it's free. So it's pretty much the exact same thing, only somebody printed it out, and and it is okay. Like, they said you could do that. They just want to spread the word about this, because once you consecrate yourself to Mary, she will protect you. She will protect your children, your husband, your family. She can pray on a deeper level than we could ever understand. It takes all the guessing work out of, like, why is Zachary so sad? Like, he won't communicate with me. Mary knows, and she will pray exactly for what that is, whatever it is, if that makes sense. So so that's what the consecration to Mary is. This is the month of May that I'm doing this, and usually in the month of May we honor Mary, and especially just like Mother's Day, we honor our mothers. Mother Mary, we give her the whole month, because she's the best mother in the entire world, ever was, ever will be. So so anyway, I encourage you, if you're looking to help convert your family, read this and pray it. It's a little mini retreat. It's super easy. Like I said, only a couple pages a day. There are certain days that it starts on, because it ends on different Marian feast days. So and it tells you in here, like, what days to start, you know, if you want to do Our Lady of Guadalupe, like, what day to start. So there are specific days to start. The next one is June 13th. After that is July 13th. So if you get this book, but it's throughout the entire year. So anyway, that is my secret of how my husband converted, like, a deeper, like, he's fully in it now, prays the daily rosary, goes to mass when he can. He is the spiritual head of our family. It's amazing. I didn't even know to pray for that. Mary knew. And so I encourage you to do the same. So anyway, I hope this video helped you. And until next time, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye.